Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Trenny Sanderson, and you on the infamous Living Room Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. For those of you who've been following me, you know that I made a tweet not too long ago, and I told you guys that I had applied for TED Talks. I actually nominated myself. I was feeling this in my spirit, and I've been watching TED Talks ever since last year, and it really got my attention because there are some really powerful people and some really influential speakers that go to that talk, and they speak very well, and they really captivated me. And there are many different speakers on there. You got to go to the site for yourself and see for yourself. TEDTalks.com, guys, and I saw that they come to Charlotte here where I stay, and so I applied. But they were telling me in the application that they would pay for any expenses for you to go anywhere if you were picked. Of all the applications that were submitted, and so I submitted my application to TED Talks, and man, like I really feel like I have a chance, because I know what I'm doing, or or I just feel like I'm called in that line of fire, and I feel like I just really have what it takes to inspire people. That's just my gift, and I can't deny that. I can't deny that within myself. Once upon a time, I used to, but I'm to the point now where I'm comfortable in what I say, how I say it, and how it comes out. It's just really natural to me. So, guys, just hope that I really go to TED Talks and get to speak, man. That is like one of my dreams, man. Like, wow, it's wow, it's bizarre, but it's crazy and it's like big. But so I decided to give you guys here, you YouTubers, you subscribers, you friends of mine, you Rim Team members. I decided to give you. Oh, we just because we joking around now, guys, does not mean we're not still on the 1 month resistance free challenge, and I guess that's why I'm having resistance right now to show you how I'm gonna do this thing on TED Talks. But I'm gonna talk about happiness, guys, and I think I sent them because they asked me what I'm gonna talk about if I was chosen. I said, what does it take to be happy? What does it take to be happy? And so I would start off like this, and I'm gonna use up all 15 minutes. Wish me well, guys. I'm about to go deep. I'm about to dive into it. What you talking about, boy? Deep topics. Here we go, guys. This is how we'll do this thing. I'm nervous already, and I ain't even on TED Talks. It's unrealistic right now. I mean, I'm just tripping, like, because I can feel the energy of what it would be like on that stage. So it's like, wow. I'm here in front of all these folks. Wow. I'm here in front of all you folks, and it's funny because I have to tell you guys about happiness. Better yet, I get to teach you guys about happiness. Don't you know about happiness? I'm pretty sure everybody in this crowd has heard of the word happiness. I'm pretty sure. I mean, but let me ask you this. How many of you guys have actually looked up what the definition of happy is? Maybe one and a half of you. Have you even looked up the definition of what the word happiness really means? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because I haven't either. I'm yet to look it up. And it's funny because every time I think about the word happiness, I see a big, long, drawn out word that's about this big. Like every time I look at the word happiness in my mind, it is that long. It has like 30 syllables. It has like 20 synonyms, 10 vowels, and 8 adjectives. I see like 3 H's, 10 A's, 10 I's, 3 P's, and so forth and so forth, and 10 S's. It's crazy because the word is so big. It is so big that we cannot fathom what it means to be happy. The last time I checked, the most happiest person that I actually saw in the past 2 weeks appeared happy until I saw a picture of them frowning because their dog had pooped on their floor. Man, it just blew my heart. Because they were like lip poking out and all. And I'm like, man, this person went from radiant to shady. Straight shade. No sunshine at all. And so when I grew up, see, I wasn't taught how to truly be happy. It's very rare. It's very rare. As a matter of fact, how many of you out there were actually taught the fundamental qualities of what it takes to be happy growing up? It's very rare in the modern day 21st century, especially in year 2016. Guys, we are officially living in the future. The computers do all the work for us. That's why we don't know anything. Google knows it all, though. Google knows all of the information, folks. We do not have to think. We got it made. We are so spoiled. Boo-hoo. Cry baby. We can cry all day and get away with it. And nobody says nothing to us. But happiness, the word is big. It's ginormous. And I was just never taught that. Only thing I was taught was just cling on to the joys and the thrills of the amusement park when you get to go. When you get to go to the quick cookout, just make sure you get to the cookout, eat up all the food, and be happy to eat up all the food. When you get to go over to your grandmother's house, just be glad that you get to see Nanny. Just be glad that you get to see Nanny because she loves you so much, and she take you to the store and buy the gummy worms. And she take you to Marita Bakery and you get to buy all the Danish shit that you can eat when you're not with me, mommy. I'm your daddy and I love you. I buy you all the different clothes that you have on. I got you all the latest new pair of Michael Jordans. But I want you to know that it takes you to be happy for yourself. I'm not going to teach you that. If I was your parent, I would not teach you how to be happy. I would teach you how to carry your life and conduct your life in the manner that you want to conduct it in for yourself. Because I will let you figure that out. Happiness is like a treasure, guys. It's like a lost treasure somewhere over the rainbow. It's like you see the rainbow and you keep going in the direction of where you think the rainbow ends, but you never get to where the rainbow stops. You never get to that destination where they say the treasure is because the rainbow just keeps switching angles. It just keeps switching angles. You over here, but it's on the northwest side. You over here, but it's on southeast. You're like, man, I thought my house was perfectly aligned up with where the rainbow was arched. I thought I was lucky. I really did, man. So you know what I did? I went out and bought me some Lucky Charms because that was one of my favorite cereals growing up. And the reason why I liked the Lucky Charms when I was growing up is because they always made their boxes with these crazy designs on it. And I didn't know I was an artist at the time. I didn't know that I would end up going to the Art Institute of Atlanta. I didn't know it was in. So I was so gravitated towards the cover of Trix. The cover of Trick cereal and Lucky Charms. Because the way they designed their boxes, they just had the little men on it, the little leprechauns, and they were just eating the cereal. Like, it was just joyful, and it was just very, very happy. And everything was green, and it made me think about money, and I wanted money because I was in adolescence. I couldn't realize and fathom the reason why I was thinking about money, because the world and the system has me so tied up in money that I didn't know that I was actually manipulating myself into thinking about money by looking at that box, because they were trying to promote you to buy money or get money or have money. Buy money. Wow, funny. Trying to get you to spend money. Because that is what makes you happy. All the advertisements in the world, guys, are designed to make you happy. But are you truly happy when you buy their product? Are you truly happy when you give into the ad? Are you truly happy when you listen to your dad? Are you truly happy when you're down and out, when you're sad? Can you get back happy? Can you come back from that deep, dark place of depression, of anger and despair, and can you come back to your senses and say, you know what, I'm truly happy? You know, when I see the word happiness, it's a very big word. I'm like, can I fill this word up? Who around me can fill this word up? Can some of y'all actually out there spell the word happiness? Well, you're thinking about it now. You're actually thinking about it now. You're like, yeah, well, you're thinking about all those syllables I was talking about and those vowels and those adjectives. You're like, I don't even know if I can spell it now because he totally has me confused. And I definitely understand it. I know where you're coming from, guys. But I was never taught to be happy. And so the more I grew up, the more I became alive within myself, which took time. It takes time for all of us to come alive, do it not? Yeah, it actually does. Because we think we're living. Like, for instance, I thought that when I started LRN, the Living Rim Network, which is why I'm here now, and you know who I'm speaking for is my network. The reason why I started Living Rim Network was because of what I thought about Living Rim Network back then. I called it Living Inspirations. But at the time, I was going to school and I didn't have time to work on what is today LRN, the Living Rim Network, like I did back then. You know, back then I was completely tied up with doing the music and all this and that, and I was going to school for art and audio engineering, and I was too busy trying to make these commercials for class and all that, and I totally bumped class. I totally just dropped out of school, as a matter of fact. If you really want to know, if you really want to know what I'm like, I'm a bummer. Yes, I'm completely 80,000 million miles away from happiness. Okay, it's something that I found. So at the time, I thought living in inspirations was actually living, but it was only sleeping. It was not living inspirations, but it will become the living realm network. I had to get myself into a realm of happiness. I had to get myself into a realm of being alive, not just living. I had to step into a new arena of thought, guys, of thought. And I found out as I began to grow up, you know what? Nobody taught me how to be happy. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to learn myself over again. I'm going to redo it all over again and see what I come up with. And that's what I did. Day after day after day after day after day. My aunt and my cousin would walk in the room and just see me reading books. Literally, probably thinking, I don't know, that I was just some Einstein or some whiz kid. I was on Mars and on Jupiter, and I was like Juno going around Jupiter 30 times before I come back to Earth. I was really that far gone, guys. I was that far out there in trying to reach for this word that we call happiness. I thought that I could obtain it through intellect and knowledge and just knowing the latest things since the Christmas tree, guys. I went and I tried and I did it and I fell and then I woke up. And I said, you know what? I'm still asleep. I thought that I woke up. I thought I was happy. But it went on and it went on and it went on. And the more I began to grow and mature, I'm in youth years now. I'm in young adult years now. I'm talking about past tense. At this time, I was in young adult years. So I'm really learning about life. And I'm learning, you know what? Everything I learned has completely got me jacked up. Like, all of this learning that I did, it made me feel like I was on drugs because it made me feel high. And I was delusional, and my perception was distorted, and my vision was cloudy, and people really thought that I was crazy. I was really crazy. I needed serious psychiatric help. I really did. So I reached out to life coaches, and they helped me out. One of those life coaches was a friend of mine named LaMonica Jenkins. She helped me out. She brought me from a dark place to a much brighter place in my life. And I talked to her for a long time. And she was my friend. And she has a company called GIYM Center, the Gym Center. And I just major shout out to LaMonica Jenkins. Because this is an emotional story, guys. This story of happiness. You know, what does it mean to be happy? And she knew. She knew what it meant because she was much older than me, for one. And she had been there before. And so she taught me little small snippets of what it takes to be happy. And slowly, I climbed the stairwell that she had built for me, and I climbed out myself. And by the time I got to the top of the stairwell, she was gone. She was nowhere to be found. But I still remember her to this day. She's still a friend of mine, and we have not burned bridges, but life goes on for individuals. You don't stay in relationships with certain people for too long. You understand what I'm saying? So I began to ask myself, why am I still not happy? I was still yet to become happy. It was just still not there. And so I got into the practices of teaching myself. You know, I say, you know what? If nobody wants to listen to me, like you guys out there are listening to me right now, I'm probably putting you to sleep, so you might not be listening to me, but wake up. We're close to happiness, guys. It's right there. It's under the rainbow. It's right there. I can see it. But I can't promise you when we get right up under the rainbow, there'll be treasure there. I can't promise you that, guys. And so the more I begin to learn myself, I begin to come closer to myself. I begin to realize, you know what? Calm down, relax, chill out. You're doing things too serious. Just take a chill pill, Joe. The more I begin to just relax out my thoughts and just sit back in my relaxing chair, I begin to come to full senses about who I was as a person. I begin to realize the great I am within. I've learned everything up to this point. You know, I've talked to everybody. I think I know everything. I think I'm a doctor. Don't even have a degree in my name. Not even a certificate. I don't even got a lawnmower certificate. I don't even got a certificate for opening doors for people at the grocery stores. Nothing. I'm completely naked, guys. I only got a leaf over my pelvic area. Just one leaf. And that keeps me covered. And I'm proud of that. I got my dignity. Don't you guys laugh. So I begin to teach people. I begin to tell people what it means to be happy. And, you know, that's what I really found out, how to be happy. And little did I know, just teaching and loving people, that's what made me happy. So to me, that's what it means to be happy. Thank you for watching. I'm Trenton Henderson, y'all.